yes. The LOLA Show. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah, the LOLA Show. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah, see. You know we talk about politics and sport education and all the LOLA Show. Entertainment and fashion and business, you know we got it all. Too many goodies in the goodie bag, too many things to talk about. LOLA Show. In case you don't know, we all around the globe.
This is the LOLA Show, TLS.
Music, they say, expresses that which cannot be said. Our guest on today's show is not only a well-seasoned Nigerian musician, but a very resourceful Nigerian citizen. Continuation of our last episode with TEE MAC ITSELI. He's a multi-talented maestro flute with cross-cultural Ishekiri and Swiss roots, specializing in classical music, pop and light entertainment. Apart from music, he also invests in Nigerian initiatives such as solid minerals and gas and oil. Being the chairman of Allied Minerals and TEE MAC Petroleum. Welcome to the LOLA Show. Hello and welcome back. I am Lola Sanusi, Nigeria. I have with me Dr. TEE MAC ITSELI, MFR. It's great to have you on the LOLA Show.
Thank you.
In 2007, TEE MAC was elected President of the Musician Association of Nigeria, PMAN, investing time and energy into helping develop the Nigerian entertainment industry. He was also awarded the Member of the Federal Republic MFR National Honor by Nigeria's former President Yar'Adua in 2009. TEE MAC, as the saying goes, didn't put all his eggs in one basket, but also in other baskets. Apart from being into music, he's also an entrepreneur. He's the chairman of Allied Minerals Limited, Cass Cotton Mining and Processing Limited, Director of Hemla Ogoni Resources Limited, Director in D&H Energy Nigeria Limited, and the West African representative of Daywood and Hemla Norway Gas and Oil Solutions. Welcome back to the LOLA Show with TEE MAC ITSELI.
Thank you.
The early days, your first club.
Okay, yes. Well, in those days, the high society, they like to go out and have a good time, Friday night and Saturday nights. So, looking back at the audience I had in Batakoto was amazing.
In Batakoto?
Batakoto was the name of the nightclub.
Okay,
Batakoto.
Okay.
Muritala Muhammad was one of the guests. Chief Abiola. Yes, Chief Abiola was a regular. Chief Ojora, Fernandez, Ambassador Fernandez, Mr. Nizerebe, who just came back from Ghana. They were my regular guests, to mention a few. And I was 24 years old. For me, they were just...
So you were performing when you started the club?
So to me, they were just guests, they were friends, and I never knew that most of them were going to make history.
Wow.
Like about 3 blocks away from Batakoto was ITT, where Chief Abiola was an accountant, and when they sorted out a financial transaction with the Ministry of Communication, where Muritala Muhammad was the Federal High Commissioner, he was promoted to the MD of ITT. I had a beautiful lady running the boutique in Batakoto, and she became the Erelewu of Lagos State.
Erelewu of Lagos State.
Whenever we see, she called me, boss, how are you?
Oh my God.
She married Fernandez, who she met there.
Who she met at your club?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh wow,
So
history.
It was a historical place. Ambassadors, they used to come. Everybody just enjoyed the atmosphere. Those 2 years were maybe the most amazing years in my life, because Nigeria was still how it should be.
How it should be.
Everything worked. People had a good time. Prices were low. People wanted to go out. We had 2 TV stations, NTA Channel 5 and 10.
And that's the way you want Nigeria to be.
Yes, and we performed nearly every Saturday at the Bar Beach show, and the whole nation saw us. Because there was not...
Oh yeah, there was a Bar Beach show, yes.
Atalade. I was providing the light entertainment. My mother used to say, why do you waste your time? How much are paying you? I said, £20. £5 to bring the instruments, £5 to bring it back, £10 I shared under the musicians. I said to my mother, you know, I'm branding myself. My mother had no idea what branding meant. But when people see you every Saturday for a year or more, suddenly your face becomes
familiar. Yeah.
Anywhere I go, people say, hey, TEE MAC, how are you? That was a good time.
That was a good time.
Ginger Baker took my whole band away, except Steve Black, and I decided in '72 to return to Europe. And that was my blessing, because there I formed TEE MAC United, which later on turned into Silver Convention, named after my silver flute.
Silver flute. Oh, can I touch it? Is it time for me
This
to
is
touch
gold.
it? Wow.
This is heavy gold, and this is silver. A little improvisation.
You're so well known all over the world with your flute, and your band goes
People
with
don't
you.
actually know that I studied also classical guitar, and I used to train my guitarists. But I don't play on stage guitar.
You don't play guitar? I've never seen you play guitar.
No, on stage. But even my son, I taught him how to play guitar. I used to play for many years alto and tenor saxophone on stage, Sulera nightclub time. But now I decide that I have a very fabulous horn section in my band, alto, tenor and trumpet, that I concentrate on what I know best, the flute.
The flute.
And I do the lead singing with my band.
Well, renowned flute, and you met with the Jackson family. A prominent member of the Jackson 5 is a good friend of yours, chairman of the Motherland.
What actually happened is, I had for 8 years a manager called Jimmy Bishop.
Jimmy Bishop,
In the United States. He was one of the founders, owner of Philly Sound, and he managed me, and he managed Betty LaBelle, he managed the OJs, Temptations, the Jacksons, and Teddy Pendergrass. He arranged for me to have contracts to write film music, etc. So I met the Jacksons already in the 80s. And then one day, about 20 mayors came to Nigeria for investment opportunities, and Marlon came along. I met him at Tropicana. I said, hey, how are you? And then asked Marlon, this is boring, let me take you to Badagry. And that's how the Motherland project started.
Wow.
He said every black American should come and study history, being in Badagry, the slave museum, go to the point of no return. He wore the chains and started to cry, and that's how we started the Motherland project.
Backed by the Lagos State. How is it going?
Oh,
he's excited about it. I saw him on a television program.
Yes, that
when he was
called
talking
the Jackson
about
Dynasty.
Yeah.
Exactly, he came and filmed it. We have a little bit of a challenge with the investors, but that will be sorted out.
Did you meet Michael when you were?
I met Michael many times in my life. Yes.
How was he?
I am not allowed to say on which songs I wrote the strings, but I've been involved with him. He was a very kind, very humble person, completely different of the image the press is giving about him. Very kind.
And the whole family?
They're nice. Catherine, the mother, Tito, Marlon, they're all great, especially Marlon. He has become my best friend. We speak at least twice a week. I
Wow.
want him to come for Christmas to Nigeria, maybe perform in Calabar, and do another gig with the Jacksons.
Oh, wow.
They're doing very well at the moment worldwide.
That would be fantastic. So you're not going to move an inch. You're going to stay with us. We're with TEE MAC, Doctor. Do you like being called Doctor TEE MAC? Or
No, just call me TEE MAC.
Just call you TEE MAC. You're going to have to hang out with us. We will be right back with TEE MAC ITSELI. Stay with us. This is TLS. Hello and welcome back to the LOLA Show. I'm having a wonderful time discussing money and music with TEE MAC ITSELI.
Thank you.
We were talking about the music and the pattern of the composer and
Okay.
what reflects on the composer. So we're learning music here. Being a P-man, are you advocating that most this young
I
musician?
was even in the United States when one of the big names, his show was cancelled because nobody bought tickets.
Nobody buys tickets of those big names in America. Why?
Because
They're Nigerians everywhere.
but when Sheun or Femi performs
On a
abroad,
different note.
because they bring something unique.
Yes.
When I perform,
Sheun
I bring
fella
something
gets-
unique.
yes, yeah.
But if you copy the hip hop stars, you cannot be better than a Jay-Z or whatever. So they go for
don't-
their own hip hop.
Yeah,
artists.
yeah.
You have to have something special
That's
and
unique,
different.
yeah.
And that's what I tell all the hip hop boys. My son is just releasing his first CD. He is also doing hip hop, but there is African flavor in it.
Something
There's
different.
backing drum. There is arrangement in it. As long as you copy, everyone copies each other, and as long as you use auto-tune, that fake sound on your voice, they will drop you. This is not natural. The beauty of the voice is killed by this auto-tune.
Auto-tune.
You know this
Yes,
auto-tune?
yes, yes,
It's
of
a
course.
remodulator which kills your voice. It annoys
It's
me.
supposed to be
The moment-
fancy for
Oh.
them here. And I always tell my crew and everybody that I know that you don't really have to strive to be better. Just be different.
Somebody has a hit locally with one little Calico or whatever, and everybody copies him. Then there are 10 copycats. They cannot sell because the one who made the hit was original in his idea. Even it was not great, but he was different.
You don't have to kill yourself to be better than the next door neighbor. Just do something unique and different.
You must also remember, abroad, Europe, America and the Far East have an advantage. The kids in school have what is called music appreciation classes, and everybody plays an instrument. So even if they don't become professional musicians, they know how a scale is created, they know how to sing. So when they listen to Nigerian music, they immediately hear the level of that song, that there is no beginning, no middle, no end, it just goes on. Polyphonetic music means a beginning, a middle and end, melody, rhythm and a harmony. Most of our songs are just, it's just a recycled bass riff.
There are no governmental endowments, so
There are music schools now in most of the universities, but the young upcoming artists don't believe that they have to go through that training. They think they know it all.
quick music makes
Quick.
studio.
Oh, they don't have the patience to study music for 4 years. I studied 12 years of my life music, and I'm still studying, I'm still playing my flute. I still listen to the classics. Oh, I hear that at that 11th note. I listen to Beethoven, to Brahms, to Tchaikovsky, and I study, I listen, oh, the beauty of that coloring, Moyse, and all those beautiful Debussy is my greatest arranger. I listen to how he colors. When I write my own symphonies, I color. I put second violin together with a let's say a clarinet, or a cello together with a trombone, or you create colors.
Create
Even
colors.
in pop music, you create colors. Listen,
That's
the beauty
secret.
of a song is how you mix it.
Yes.
Not everything there at the same time. Bring in the voice.
Jambalaya.
Take everything out, the voice, drop in from the bass to the keyboard, then the piano, then the percussion, take things out, play with the tracks, and then you have a mix. Now here, in 1 hour they mix it, they don't even clean up the tracks, it sounds noisy, it sounds distorted. Of course, to mix properly may take you a week on studio time, but
Yes.
then you have a product.
Then you have a product.
And abroad, they hear to those productions that cost $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and they want to compete with a production which costs 50,000 naira.
That's not
You
happening.
cannot compete. Another problem is a disc jockey abroad in a radio station, that's where the money is, airtime. He plays an internationally produced song, And then he plays a Nigerian produced song, and the volume level is down. He has to increase the level, and they don't like to always increase levels and change levels. The output level of most of our production is lower than the international because we don't boost frequencies. We don't process the songs. We don't enhance. Quick, you know, blah,
Just
blah.
make it out 5 to 4 minutes.
That's
But they
a
seem to be
problem.
making the money, and they seem to be.
No, that's for the
That's for
newspapers.
now.
That's for the newspapers. There are very few Nigerian artists who actually sell 1 million copies. Believe me.
Yes.
They will take a tape, go to an Alaba boy, get maybe 5 million naira or 10 million naira, they're happy. While they could make 100 million naira or 200 million naira if it is properly distributed and properly managed. But this quick money, never mind, as long as I have something, and as long as I get shows because I'm being played on the radio stations. Another crime in Nigeria, and it's illegal, it's called payola.
Is it everywhere?
No, it is forbidden that you pay
Yeah,
a
I know
disc
it's illegal.
There is a TV station.
It's illegal anywhere else, but it's
There
just
is a
so
TV
big.
station in Nigeria which is even on DSTV, purely music. And every young upcoming artist pays to be played on the station. That's against the law.
It is against the law.
And I have made radio stations to sack disc jockeys. And if any one of you listening to me and you have the feeling that they take advantage of you, that you pay money and then they say money don't finish and you pay again, inform me. www.pmanonline.net, and I will take action. It's against the law. Your CD being played on a radio station, you should collect money for your composition rights, mechanical rights. Don't pay them to play your music. If you all stop paying them, they will play your music free of charge.
Anyway, yes.
You pay because they have nothing else to
Yes.
do. They must play music.
Something.
But as long as they take money off you, that's criminal.
Completely.
Yeah.
That's great. Those are the information that we love to pass out on this
Thank
show.
you.
I mean, I know music is passion for you. 24 hours, it's great. What else do you do? I mean, oil business. And
I love animals. I have 2
I know.
monkeys and 11 dogs. Wonderful on stage.
Is this the reason why we are hosting this interview at your office here?
Yeah, because you'll be scared. No, they're wonderful. They are trained. They would just look at
Police dogs.
All station dogs.
All station
I did one
dogs.
TV show where they filmed in my house with the dogs lying on the floor, snoring peacefully.
Snoring.
Wonderful. They are jealous. They love me.
But
Let me give you an example. My last wife said to me one day, "You love these dogs. You love them more than I do." I said, "No, darling, I love you more. But let's test who loves me more, my dogs or you." So I locked my wife and 2 dogs in the boot of my car for 5 minutes. Then I opened. My wife came out of the boot and said, "Oh, Rio, da, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy?" My dog jumped up and jumped on me and licked me, shook his tail.
She actually went
who
along
loved
with
me
you.
more? Who loved me more, my dogs? No, it's a joke.
Okay. I mean, you wouldn't
Dogs
have.
are unconditionally. They love you unconditionally.
I know.
They will die for you. And it's amazing. Whenever I come home,
Then why you have 9 of them?
11.
11.
I name my dogs after famous people, like people name streets. I don't want to offend. It is not an offending thing in naming them after former head of states. But my main dog and my female had 72 puppies, and everybody from Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher, Bin Laden, everybody is named after my dogs. Even Nigerian presidents, even Obama, you know.
Oh no.
But it is because they have a little bit the character of that person.
They do?
Yes, the one who was very kind of rough, behaved like a criminal. So I call him Bin Laden. I gave him to somebody, and so on, you know.
I know you're related to quite a number of people about this Delta mission, the rehabilitation.
Well, what happened is 3 years ago I got a phone call by a gentleman calling himself Ateke Tom, and he said, "TEE MAC, I would like you to come out and see me in the creeks."
In the creeks.
So I went out there to Dwarf Island, and they picked me up with those masks and guns and
Somebody calls you. Do you know who they were?
Ateke Tom, the militant leader.
Oh, you knew him?
No, I never knew him. I asked him, "Who gave you my phone number?" He said, "Daddy Shoki." I said, "Oh, fine, okay." I said, "You guarantee me my safety?" He said, "TEE MAC, you are safe with me." So I must say I was very impressed. When I saw his camp, there were nets over the camp, planes couldn't see, they had rocket launchers to take airplanes down. They were really well organized. I advised afterwards the government, you cannot win this war, let's go for peace, rehabilitation of the militants, development of the Niger Delta, unconditional pardon for the militants. Then I went in the speedboat over the next few months and met all the other militant leaders too. But let's not go too much into that. We have peace in the Niger Delta, and I'm very pleased about it. But it all started with one phone call.
One phone call, and you were just being a wonderful citizen.
My sister, when she heard later on she's at church, she nearly had a heart attack. What? My brother, you risk your life and God? Yeah, well, the Navy shot once in front of my boat to stop me, but you know, I think I have a guardian angel. I survived it.
Yes, we've had a great and wonderful time. TEE MAC, please take it away. Exclusive interview with El-Rufai on education.
Without good education, it is difficult in today's world for a person to even be happy.
El-Rufai on corruption.
Then there are many opportunities to be.
They will take a tape, go to an Alaba boy, get maybe 5 million naira or 10 million naira and they're happy. While they could make 100 million naira or 200 million naira if it is properly distributed and properly managed.
On the LOLA Show. I know. You are welcome to the show. The LOLA Show.